right, I started recording and then the laptop gave a pop-up asking a question and it stopped recording on the first video, so I'm starting it over. What I'd said pretty much was that after I uploaded, well, first off, Katina, I saw your message just now, it just popped up. You said my video last night was dark. So, I'm used to the camera on my cell phone. It has the flash, so once I hit record, I automatically have that light, which of course I don't have on the webcam. And it was nighttime, and I need to replace one of the bulbs in my overhead light, so it was a little bit dark in here. So here we are in the daytime. It's about 3 p.m. So we'll see how this one looks. So this one looks a little bit better. Um, Also, I was saying that last night after I uploaded that video, I was still rooting, and I kind of jabbed my fingernail and broke the tip of the rooting needle. The whole little good chunk of the tip just flew over. I haven't even found it. I think it might be underneath the dresser over there. I haven't seen it. But it's okay. I'm not upset about it because I did what I really, really wanted to do, and that was just to bring the hairline down and forward a little bit on the sides. So I did that. I was just going through making it thicker in certain parts. So it was okay. After the needle broke, I just cut his hair a little bit, and the length that I was going for was like I want to be able to. Sorry, that's the dryer. You guys know I love doing laundry, so that was the dryer buzzer going off. But the length I wanted was I want to be able to slick his hair down when we go out, so he'll have that newborn look. But I also wanted to be able to, scrunch it up and give him like a curly little mane when we're at home, and I can give him the little lion cub look, which I love as well. So I think I achieved a good length. This slicks down pretty good. I have to take a toothbrush and brush this part down to brush the curls out. But I think I got the look I was going for. I can always come back and add hair, which I'm sure I will have to anyway, because the silicones lose hair much faster than the vinyl babies. So I'm sure I'll have to come back and add hair to him at some point in time anyway. But yeah, I think for now I'm really happy with it. When I ordered the hair, I told her I wanted almost black hair. I wanted it to be brown. I wanted it to be very, very dark brown and almost black. That's not what this is. This hair is kind of a reddish brown to me. It's not the dark hair that I was going for, and I wanted. It looks okay on him though. I'm not unhappy with it. It's just not what I initially set out to get. Um, the package said dark brown, but it looks more red to me, like a reddish, kind of like an auburn color. Um, I love him with these mitts on. He just looks so super adorable. I love these little mitts. So I got some, I'm going to try to get some more so that I can have the ones to match every color of his different outfits. But I love them on him. Um, so today is Thursday. Um, on the kids are on spring break this week, so they go back to school on Monday. On Tuesday, we went to Six Flags, and that's the amusement park here. And I realized that my daughter, my 7-year-old, is the adrenaline junkie. She got on every ride, and she wanted to get on every ride twice. Um, the only ride that she didn't get on was the Superman, because she was just at the height. She wasn't over the okay height to get on the Superman. They have this crazy drop, and she couldn't get on that. And we went in line to get on the Joker. And when we got to the front of the line and she saw how the ride takes off, she got scared and she didn't want to do it. Most of the rides take off kind of slow. The Joker takes off extremely fast. And I kind of think it's so cute. I like how they do it. So that when you get on the ride, you strap yourself in, and then the people that are the employees come and they strap you in even better, and they put up whatever extra seatbelt is necessary. They do all that. So they go by and they strap everybody in, and then the girl's on the microphone, and she's like, "All right, are you guys ready?" And everyone, yeah. And she says, "Bye," and she pushes the button, and they zoom out. Oh, it is such a rush, so exciting. But my daughter saw how fast that they took off, and she said, "Nah." She didn't want to do it, but she got on the Batman, and the Batman, they put you in and then they tilt you so you're laying down flat, lay down on your back. So on the ride, they turn you over. So it's like you're flying. So your belly is facing down like you're flying. She got on that and she wanted to go again. Oh my goodness. It was a pretty, it's not hot yet. It's pretty cool here. It was in the 60s. So I was thinking, it might be too cool, but it was awesome. Once you start walking, you don't feel cold, and you're walking all day. So it's not like you're freezing. And then there were barely any lines at all. So it was an awesome experience. We got to walk the whole park and get on so many rides. So that was great. Leaving the park, I stopped at Target. I've realized that Target is my favorite place to shop clearance. They have great clearance prices. Like I got my son 3 shirts. My son is 10 years old, but he wears size 14, 16. I got him 3 shirts and they were $2.10 each. So that's amazing. $2 for a brand new shirt. So that's awesome. I got this here for Symba. It's like a teal, like a light teal color, long sleeve. I love these shirts that look like real shirts but have the snap underneath. I love them. And it has the 2 dogs, and this says Chow. This is Cherokee size newborn. And it's just plain on the back. And it came with a pair of gray striped pants. But I didn't want to wear the stripes, so I'm just going to put him in these plain gray pants that I already have. Um, Today is Thursday, and there's the kids want to go to the park, and I was thinking to take them, and I may still take them, but it's getting really cloudy, like it might rain. I just checked the forecast, and it said 53% chance. So um, I'm gonna watch it for a little bit, see if we miss the rain and we can go. And if we go, then I'll bring Simba. So I'm getting him dressed. If we go, then I'll bring him and we'll walk down to the park and let the kids play a bit. um, I was thinking to take everybody to the zoo, the National Zoo in DC, but it just hasn't worked out because we went to Six Flags on Tuesday, and then every other day has been looking like it's going to rain. And to get to the zoo is kind of cumbersome because um, either you catch the public transportation, you catch the train and the bus, and then you have to walk from the train station to the zoo, or you drive and pay crazy rates to park at the zoo, or you drive and fight for parking on the street, and the street parking around the zoo. Well, first off, street parking in DC period is horrible. But around places like the zoo and the museums, it's 10 times worse. With the restrictions and everything. I'll tell you a story. When I was pregnant with my son, so we're going back 10 years here, actually 11 years. I was about 7 months pregnant with my son. And in the summer, I decided to take my little brother, and 2 of my cousins were in town from Jersey. And I said, all right, guys, we're going to go to the zoo. And that was my first time driving to the zoo. So drove, parked, went in, walked, had a great time. It was really, really hot. Like I said, I was really pregnant. But the kids had fun. Get back, and the car was gone. I didn't know what to do. I just told the kids, all right, guys, sit down right here on the sidewalk. And I just started to cry. I was hot. I remember what I had on a black tank top and some blue maternity jeans. And I was just crying. I'm looking up and down the street and I'm like, I know we parked here. And I looked up, I remember that when we were walking to the parking space, there was a guy, a city employee. And so I said, all right, let's go back to him. Maybe he saw something, maybe he knows something. Went back to him crying. And what happened was I was in a zone where you can only park there up until like 3 p.m. And the sign wasn't where I parked. The sign was further down, so I didn't see it. So he was like, man, he was just so worried because here I was with 3 kids, pregnant, crying. He said, please don't cry, please don't cry. I gave it a ticket and I towed it up. So what they do is they ticket it and then they move it. So he'd moved it like 1 block up, 2 blocks over, because they move it out the way and then they come back and they bring it to the impound lot. So he said, "Man, don't cry, don't cry. You can go. There's a ticket on there, but you can go. I'm not going to impound it. Just go and get it. It's 2 blocks up and whatever, whatever." So I haven't driven to the zoo since then. During the daytime, the zoo does have a Christmas program, but they have the zoo lights. So they put the Christmas lights all around the zoo, and you can go see the indoor exhibits. So you can go inside the reptile house, you can go see the gorillas and stuff like that. Um, and we did that one time with the kids, and it's different because it was at night. We drove, but we just found we had to fight and take time to find residential parking, which that can even be tricky because lots of the residential areas in DC are zoned where you have to have a permit. But luckily we found somewhere after a little while and we walked over. But all of that to say, I don't really enjoy the zoo, the getting there and getting home part. I don't like public transportation. I don't want to walk the zoo and then have to walk to the metro, walk to the next train, walk from the train to the bus stop, walk from the bus stop home. That just makes the day so much more drawn out. So just trying to figure out, get everything in place to see what's really going to be best, especially if we do bring all 4 kids, we really got to plan it out very, very, very well. So, and then with Tuesday, with us having gone to Six Flags, to be honest, the kids and I were still tired yesterday because we walked around so much on Tuesday at Six Flags. My daughter did have soccer practice yesterday, so we did get to go do that, but we didn't do much of anything else yesterday. Um, so we're going to see about today, see if any rain does come. I'm going to give it about another half an hour. It's 3:24 right now. So by about 4 o'clock, I'll see for sure, if it gets darker outside, if it gets more windy, if it smells like rain, um, and then I'll decide from there. But here's little Symba. See that this shirt looked kind of big, but it fits him just fine. He is such a better baby because I added the stuffing to him, and when I pick him up, he just reminds me of my son. And when my son was small, because when I got my son home, when I brought him home from the hospital, I remember like just wanting him to wake up. Like he slept so much and I would just like bother him and lift him up like, all right, come on. Like play with me. And that's just what he reminds me of, his body. My son was born 7 pounds, 9.8 ounces. And I'd say Symba is just, he's in that same zone as my son was as far as weight goes. So I'm just loving this little boy. I would really like to bring him on Saturday just to show him, like, just to display him. I don't want to hand him around from people, from person to person, but I want to bring him out, just to, have the outing with him and for people to see him, but I just don't want anyone to touch him, which is really, really weird. So I think I'll just leave him home and take Jersey. Um, I spoke to Denim's artist again because the tracking information came up today and it said that it was just ordered today. It was not brought to the post office. So I messaged her again and I said, hey, this was not brought to the post office yet. When will he be brought and dropped off? Just, be on his way home. She said her nurse will drop him off today. We'll see. I hate this. I went through the same thing with Symba. Now here we are, and with Denim it's even worse because I purchased Denim in December. I had him for about 6 weeks, and I haven't had him since. So out of the 4 months that has gone by, I've had him for a month and a half. So it's crazy. But I've definitely been more understanding with her because she's had some medical issues and she's told, she sent me pictures of her in the hospital. So um, I don't bother her as much. I've tried to be more understanding. So, but she did have him for about a month before she went into the hospital. Just saying. But anyway, he should be on his way next week sometime. Um, and here is little Symba. Oh, does anyone know? Can I add the rings to him even though he's already made? Like, he doesn't have a neck ring. I don't think he has the rings around his legs. So it's kind of hard. Like, when I opened him, I did put powder on the fabric here and powder on his actual silicone. But that, of course, is going to dry out eventually. It's just a little bit stiff to get his neck to turn. And I don't want to turn it and then um, wear down on the silicone too much. I figure if you keep turning it, it's going to weaken. And I don't want that. So I would like to add a neck ring, but I don't know if I've never dealt with those. I don't know if they're done during the molding process or when or how to do that. So if anyone knows about adding the rings, I would like to get one. I'd like to put one on his neck and then two on for his legs here so that his legs can, turn easily. But all right, that's it. I am not participating in Theme Thursday. I think I've seen that today's theme is monkeys. I'm not really in the monkey mood today. Today we're talking about dogs saying ciao. But all right, ciao.